Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my channel Green Crystal. A warm welcome once again in my class. So here in my previous video, as I have explained about the types of animal tissues, those are epithelium and connective tissue, right? So we have finished explaining about this, but about connective tissue there is a doubt to one of my student. Okay, so I just want to clear the doubt. Okay, so before moving to the muscular tissue, I'm telling that a doubt of my student was about connective tissue, that how blood can be connective tissue. How blood can be connective tissue. So we know that blood, what does the blood do? The blood, it transports the, what does it do? It transports gases. It transports gases plus digested food. Okay, digested food, also the hormones, and also it help in transporting the waste material out of the body. Okay, means what does it do? It takes the whatever the gases will be entering our body. Oxygen will be entering our body, right? That oxygen from the lungs and from the alveoli of the lungs, from the alveoli, okay, alveoli of the lungs, okay, that from the alveoli of the lung, it is like, alveoli is the small balloon like structure when at the end of the bronchus, at the inside the lung there are so many bronchus. Okay, so this, at the end of each bronchus there is a alveoli, small balloon like structure. When air passes, when air comes, when the oxygen comes in it, it just pop up, it just flow. Okay, and then when we exhale, when we give up the gas, when we give up the carbon dioxide, it just flattened. Okay, so this is alveoli. So it is like this kind of shape. Okay, this type, somewhat like that. So alveoli of the lungs, what does it do? It gives the oxygen to the blood. It gives the oxygen to the blood. So the blood is the thing which connects the body, which connects the cell, and which gives the oxygen to each and every cell. Okay, blood is, we know blood veins are like a network in our body, right? Network means what? Connecting, right? So here about that gases exchange we understood, right? So now about digested food. Digested food, again, it is absorbed by the intestine villi. Okay, villi is a small finger-like projection. This, like these finger-like small projection in the intestine. Okay, these intestine, villi of the intestine again absorb the digested food. Okay, it absorb the digested food, and this digested food again transported to all over the body, and all over the body is connected for the food via blood. That's why blood is again connective tissue. Same like in the case of hormones and waste material also. Got it? So next we'll move on to third type of the animal tissue, that is muscular tissue. So what is muscular tissue? So about muscular tissue, at the start of the chapter we have just given a hint, right? Contraction, relaxation of the muscles, right? And this contraction and relaxation is only responsible for the movement of our limbs, for the movement of our limbs when we are walking. Okay, so here in the muscular tissue, cells are elongated. Muscle fibers, we are also calling it as muscle fibers, which helps in movement. It helps in movement. It contains special protein, that is contractile protein, that is called as contractile protein, which help in the contraction and relaxation, and which result in the movement. Okay, because of this contractile protein, remember this contractile protein. Okay, muscular fiber is made up of what? Contractile protein, special type of protein it is, which contracts and relax and helps in the movement of the muscles. Got it? So what are the types of what are the types of muscular tissue? So what will be the types now? So based on the structure, we can say based on the structure, it is and the functions also involves. Okay, so here striated muscles, cardiac muscles and smooth muscles. Okay, this smooth muscle is also called as unstriated muscles. Okay, unstriated muscles. So, and also we can divide according to their function, like how does they move and all. That is involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. Involuntary and voluntary muscles. And again, it is not a different type. They are they are related to each other. How they are related to each other, we will learn now next. Okay. So, what are voluntary muscles? Okay. What are voluntary muscles? Voluntary muscles are the muscles which we can move by our will. Voluntary muscles which we can move, like limbs, our hands, whatever the muscles are found here and all everywhere, like we can move. We can move our finger, our hand, our limbs and all. Why? Because our bone is connected to some muscles. Muscles will be there in each and every part of the body, so that we can move that particular part. Okay, and it is under our control, under our will control. That's why it is called as voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscle under the control of our will, under the control of our will. Okay, our will, your wish whether you want to move, or your wish whether you don't want to move. If you want to stop, just stop. If you want to move, just move, like that. Okay, so limbs are the best example, and this is also called as striated muscle. Striated muscle is example for that, limbs. And striated muscle is also called as this skeletal muscle. We can say voluntary muscle is also called as skeletal muscle. Why? Because it is attached with the bones. Always these voluntary muscles, almost every time, it is attached with the bones. So next is involuntary muscles, that is which we cannot move by our will. It is not our under control, like blood vessel. Okay, can we move our blood vessel? Hey, move. Can we say like blood vessels will be there? No. If we are saying blood vessels to move, can we move? No. So it is not our under control, under our control. Okay, alimentary canal means digestive canal or whatever the inside part of our body, and then iris of our eyes. Many parts are there which we cannot move by our wish. Okay, these are called as involuntary muscles. So involuntary muscles are these two types, smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. They both are involuntary. They both are involuntary muscles, and only striated muscle is voluntary. Voluntary muscle. Okay. So next we will learn about what are the striated, smooth and cardiac muscles in detail. Striated muscles, smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. So let's learn how different those are. Okay, let's learn how different those are. Now just have a look at this diagram on your page number 77. Have a look. Okay, so these are the striated muscles. Just have a look at diagram 6.11. Diagram 6.11. So smooth muscles, smooth muscles, then striated or skeletal muscles. These are the smooth muscles, B, and C is the cardiac muscles. Okay, just have a look at the diagram and keep whatever your doubts may be there after the explanation, you can clear after the video. These striated muscles have dark and light bands or striation over it. When it is seen in the microscope, the bands, when it is strained properly, so you just see how the bands are. Okay, dark light bands are seen in the microscope if we see the striated muscles in the microscope. And it is, cells are like cylinder like cells. Cells are cylindrical, and cells are it is not branched, unbranched, and multinucleated. So many nucleus will be there. Okay, multinucleated cells. So remember about striated muscle, they are having dark and light striation or bands. That's why it is called as striated muscles. And cells are long, cylindrical, unbranched, and multinucleated cells. And they are voluntary, means we can move it by our wish. Got it? So example is your limb muscle. So next we'll move on to smooth muscles. So no bands are seen when we are seeing it in the microscope. That's why it is also called as unstriated muscles. Here cells are long, spindle shaped, like pointed at the ends, and long cells. These type of cells are called as spindle shaped. Okay, pointed at the end, and cell will be having one nucleus. So this is called as uninucleated cells. Only one nucleus will be there. When compared to the striated muscle, it is multinucleated, right? It is multinucleated, and this one is uninucleated. And again, smooth muscles are involuntary, as in the iris of the eyes, uterus, and bronchi of the lungs. Okay, bronchi of the lungs means inside the lungs there are so many bronchi, bronchus will be there. All bronchus together, it is called as bronchi. So in the bronchi of the lung, then in the uterus and the iris of the eye, which type of muscles we are finding? Smooth muscles. Okay, with one cell, one nucleus, pointed cells, and no bands. Okay, next one is cardiac muscles. As we know, cardiology means related to heart studies. Okay, so cardiac muscles means it is specialized muscles of the heart, which is specialized for pumping the blood for lifetime. Contraction and relaxation of the heart muscle goes lifetime in a rhythmic way. In a particular in a particular rhythmic way, it has to contract and relax and pump the blood to all over the body. Again, here the cells are cylindrical, they are branched. Okay, cylindrical and branched. Here the cells are cylindrical and branched in striated muscles also. Also in striated muscles, cells are cylindrical and branched only in here. Okay, branched only in cardiac muscles. And it is uninucleated. Only one nucleus will be there. So just comparing the striated, smooth, and cardiac muscles, here bands are found, here no bands, and here nothing like bands. Just it is a special type of tissue which is for the heart. It means wall of the heart is made up of this type of tissue and is specialized for pumping the blood. So cells are here long, cylindrical, and branched, and here cells are pointed, spindle shaped, and uninucleated. Okay, and here cells are cylindrical, branched, and again uninucleated. Here it is multinucleated. So, and when comparing about the voluntary and involuntary, only striated muscle is voluntary, and both the muscles, smooth muscle and cardiac muscles, are involuntary. So example of involuntary muscles are again wall of the heart, walls of the heart. Got it? Sorry, walls of the heart. So next we will move on to next type, that is nervous tissue. Okay, nervous tissue. So nervous tissue, as we know that these are like highly specialized for the rapid response to the stimuli. Now a question may come into your mind, what is stimuli? So stimuli is the thing or event which arose or evoke a reaction. I am giving one example. Like if you touch a hot object if you touch, or like iron, or whatever the vessel will be there on your stove, if you suddenly touch it, what will happen? You suddenly take back your hand, right? And when you touch a thorny branch of the tree, okay, rose plant, when you just touch the rose plant and a thorns just try to prick your finger, what does you do? You just take out your hand back. So these, what is the stimuli now? The thorn, a thing, or like any hot object, okay, any hot object, we can say these are the stimuli, which these are the things which make make sense in our body, and which gives make our body to give a sudden reaction, which makes our body to give a sudden reaction, which arose and evoke a reaction in our body. These are the objects. So these are called as stimuli. And what is response? Means whatever the response we are giving, that is the response. Okay. So nervous tissue is highly responsible and highly specialized for the rapid response to the stimuli. So when we touch a hot object, or when we touch a thorny rose plant, what will happen? Just we are touching it, the nerve cells present in our finger, it just gives a sudden message within a fraction of second. It gives a sudden message to the brain. Then brain is giving order. What does it do? It gives a sudden message to the brain. Okay, and brain is sending the order. Okay, brain is the master of the body, right? So brain is sending the order and telling our hand, whatever the fingers are there, our finger cells, to just take out the hand. Take off the hand from there. It is hot, it is thorny. If you touch it, it will hurt you. So just within the fraction of second, message is going, order is coming back, and we are just doing that action. Okay. By seeing the stimuli, whatever the response has to be done, these process undergoes. And these process, sending of message and giving back message, has been done within a fraction of second with the help of, again, thanks to this nervous tissue, and we can say with the help of nervous tissue only it is possible. Got it? Hats off to the God who had made us so special and so powerful, right? So next, what are the nervous tissue made up of? Nerve tissue, it is consist of brain, spinal cord and nerves. Okay, nerve fibers, you can say. Okay, nerve fibers. And here the cells are called nerve cells or neurons. We will see how the neurons are. So these neurons or nerve cells are like having a cell body. They will be having, I am just drawing a rough diagram. So you can refer your book for the diagram. Okay, no problem. So just, it is having a cell body, and again it will have this, again just have a look here. Okay, so this is the cell body, cytoplasm will be there, okay, and axon. So this part is called axon. Okay, this part is called axon, and it is a long single unbranched, okay, unbranched hair-like structure, you can say, axon. Okay, and one more part, these are the dendrites. Okay, what are the dendrites? These cells are called as dendrites. These cells, no, hair-like structure are called as dendrites, which are branched. It has branches. Okay, and these are short and branched hair-like structure are called as dendrite, and long and unbranched hair-like structure which is present at this part is called as axon. This is a cell body, cytoplasm, axon, dendrite. These form a nerve cell or neuron. Okay, Must diagram for 2 marks. Got it? So, in the nervous tissue is made up of many nerve cells joined together. Okay, many nerve cells joined end to end, we can say. It is joined with the muscles also, so that the muscles, coordination between the muscles and movement of the body can be easy. Okay, it is co-working with the muscles, so that muscles and all over the body can move, and in order it must be discipline. There must be discipline in the body, right? This discipline has been created by neuron or nerve tissues. Okay, so the combination of nerve and muscles help the quick response to the stimuli. So these nerve cells are responsible for the quick response to the stimuli, and we can survive. Like we can just observe whether what is going on around us before the thing moves, and before we touch the thorn, we can understand, it is thorn, we should not touch. Before we touch a hot object, like we must understand, right? So this understanding is created by nerve tissues, because it is again attached with the brain. We know brain is related to the intelligence, right? That's what. So that's it for today. We have finished our lesson tissue. Okay, so I'll just so the plant tissues are of 2 types. These are meristematic tissue and permanent tissue, and the meristematic tissue is again divided into apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem, and permanent tissue is again divided into simple permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent, that is parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Complex, that is xylem and phloem. And about animal tissues, we have 4 types, that is epithelium, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. So now, Allah Hafiz everybody. I hope you understood clearly. If you have any doubt, if you can message me and you can clear your doubts, no problem. Jazakallah khair for watching my video. Allah Hafiz once again.